You're at home minding your own business when suddenly you're contacted by federal agents. They have all kinds of questions about your citizenship status and, strangely, about your tax returns. But you're a U.S. citizen and you file your taxes every single year. So what's this all about? Can you lose your citizenship over taxes? That's the topic of today's video, right after the intro.
1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com.
What's up, guys? Corey Hankerson here from Legacy Tax, and they call me the Levy King because I've helped thousands of clients with unfiled returns, back taxes, tax liens, and that's right, IRS levies. If the IRS took your check, the Levy King will get it back. 1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com. I'm also the author of End the Tax Nightmare, Insider Secrets to Beat the IRS and Reduce Your Tax Debt. Inside the book, I show you how to stop IRS levies, liens, and garnishments without paying the tax in full. How to set up the payment plan that you want and not the one that they want. And how to potentially settle your tax debt for less than you actually owe. My book has been a top seller on Amazon for years, and you can buy it right now for $19.99. But I want to give you a copy of the book absolutely free. Just go over to my website, that's www.endthetaxnightmare.com, and enter your name and email, and I'll send you a copy right away. No charge, not even for shipping, totally free. Now, before we go any further with the video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and hit that notification bell so you'll get a heads up each time we drop a new video. Okay, guys, let's dive into today's content. So, the Department of Justice recently issued a memo outlining its civil enforcement priorities, and denaturalization, that is, revoking someone's U.S. citizenship, is one of the top priorities. According to DOJ, they may pursue denaturalization if an individual illegally procured natural or procured it by concealment of a material fact or by willful misrepresentation. Under 8 U.S.C. Section 1451A, the memo lists multiple categories of prioritizing cases, including number one, people involved in war crimes or human rights violations, criminal gangs or transnational criminal activity, individuals who committed felonies not disclosed during the naturalization process, human trafficking, sex offenders, or violent crimes. Number five, financial fraud against the United States, like PPP or Medicare and Medicaid fraud. Number six, fraud against private individuals or corporations. Naturalization obtained through government corruption, fraud, or material misrepresentation. Cases referred from the U.S. Attorney's Office or connected to pending criminal charges. And number nine, other cases. Any other cases the Civil Division determines important to pursue. So, how tax returns play into this. Naturalized citizens can face denaturalization or revocation of citizenship if they obtain citizenship due to tax-related issues or other misrepresentation during the naturalization process. This can be things like tax fraud committed before or even after naturalization. So if you misrepresented your good moral character during the naturalization interview on that form N-400, for example, by not disclosing past tax fraud, even if it was uncharged, it could be grounds for denaturalization. Or if you fail to disclose other relevant tax-related information when applying for your citizenship. Or if you were engaged in tax crimes, especially deliberate and significant ones. These things can reflect on an applicant's what they call good moral character, which is required for naturalized citizenship. Even relatively minor tax issues, if they involve misrepresentation or concealment, could be used by the Department of Justice as part of a denaturalization case. A recent case involves a Houston woman who is facing denaturalization over admitted tax fraud before she became a naturalized citizenship. So this case is going around online about the woman in Houston who is currently in the denaturalization process. The DOJ brought a case against her because she was convicted of tax fraud and served 12 months in prison. This case is very, very different, guys, from like a minor mistake on a tax return. In this case, this woman helped individuals commit fraud on their tax returns. in addition to the fraudulent activity that she engaged in herself. So it's not quite the same. But in this case, the government proved that she committed willful tax fraud and never disclosed it on her naturalization application. Because of this material misrepresentation, the government is arguing that she should be denaturalized since she should have never become a U.S. citizen in the first place. So, in practical terms, here's what this means for naturalized citizens. The DOJ can pursue civil denaturalizations with no statute of limitation for conduct prior to naturalization. The IRS keeps detailed records of returns and income, sometimes going back 10 years or more. If a prior tax mistake is discovered, it can be linked to your naturalization application. So yeah, failing to report income or leaving out information, even unintentionally, could put you in the crosshairs of the DOJ in a civil enforcement action. So what can you do about it? Review your pre-citizenship tax returns. Check for unreported income or mistakes. You want to amend those returns if necessary. Correcting errors that you made in the past can probably reduce your exposure here. You want to keep detailed records. Documentation helps to show that you acted in good faith. You want to stay current on your taxes going forward. Compliance now prevents compounding problems later. And being proactive is obviously just far better than waiting for the government to notice or audit you. Particularly, don't rack up any additional tax debt. So, friends, let's take a deep breath. The main points here are that the DOJ is prioritizing denaturalization cases, including those that are tied to financial misrepresentation. Pre-citizenship tax errors or omissions can now be considered a material misrepresentation. Being informed and proactive and transparent with the IRS is the best way to protect yourself from having this sort of come up and happen to you in the future. Now, if you owe back taxes, right, I want you to know that there are special programs in place to help you get a fresh start. But how do you know if you qualify? You see, no two cases are exactly alike. So how do you know exactly how much you can settle for? Well, I've created a free tool to help you get qualified for a fresh start. Just head over to www.levyking.com or click the link below. Follow the prompts on the screen, answer a few simple questions, and we'll help you figure out your eligibility. That website again is www.levyking.com, or you can give us a call at 1-877-LEVY-KING. That's it for this week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
1-877-LEVY-KING, Levy Levy King, 1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com.
Owe back taxes to the IRS? Call the Levy King. He's the best. 877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com.
1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.